So Nike CEO John Donahoe recently broke his silence over the scandal that has rocked the Nike corporate office over the past couple of weeks, where they were possibly exposed for, nepotism and favoritism and possibly backdooring sneakers and all kinds of other things that affect consumers like you and me. People that really, love Nike products and patronize their products every chance that we get. So in today's video, what we're going to do is I'm going to break down what he said in this interview and I'm going to give you my reaction to it. Real quick before I get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I got this article from complex.com and I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. And just to catch everybody up, if you want to aware what was actually going on with the scandal at Nike, a couple of weeks back, Bloomberg posted an article which featured one of the biggest resellers of all time, and his name was Joe Herbert, and he just happened to be the now former vice president of Nike's son, Ann Herbert. And there's a lot of speculation that she was backdooring pairs to him in some form or fashion. He was using her Nike discount, and this exposed him online, to his Instagram and all these photos that he posted for his resale company where he had mountains upon mountains upon mountains of, the most hardest to get sneakers and even like GR sneakers. I mean, he just had insane, crazy amounts of them. And that gets us to this point where the Nike CEO, John Donahoe, made some statements and answered some questions about the scandal that's been going on. And when you pull up the article on complex.com, one of the first things that the CEO says is, "There's no value more core to who we are than the trust our customers put into us and our brand and our products. And the fact of the matter is this incident has sparked question in some of our consumers about whether they can trust us, particularly around launch product." Gee, you think so? I mean, a lot of people like me and you who are totally into the sneaker game try to cop everything that's dope, and even stuff that's, not very hyped or anything like that, has speculated for a long time that there's been, something wrong as far as with the Nike sneakers app or with the way that the retailers go about launching Nike products. And, this just, pretty much just hit the nail on the head where, now everybody is convinced that, everything's backdoored and we can't trust Nike. And now we have at least some evidence to support that fact. So you're right, bro. We don't really trust you anymore. And then the article goes on to say that part of the way that Nike plans to rectify this is to do an audit of its launch process to ensure that consumers have confidence in the way it releases limited edition sneakers. So you're going to audit yourself. Okay, all right. Well, one thing I can tell you about that statement right there is that this dude is totally out of touch with reality, because it's not just limited edition sneakers. I mean, if you go back on, Joe Herbert's Instagram, you could see that not only was it limited edition sneakers, it was, straight GR sneakers, massive amounts of the GRs. Sneakers that, you would not think would sell out in seconds, sell out in seconds. It's every single release. It doesn't matter what you put out, it's gone in seconds, and it's on the resale market for $50, $100, $200, $300, $400, dollars more than you were just selling it seconds after the drop. It's not just limited edition sneakers. It's not just the Travis Scott or the Kobe Grinch. It's not just those sneakers. It's basically everything that you drop is gone immediately. And it's very frustrating for us as consumers, people who love your product, people who go, and wait and try to get everything that you release, to add into our collections, because we are sneakerheads. We are part of the Nike community. We're the ones who gave you guys these billions and billions of dollars. We're not able to get the sneakers anymore for retail. There is a major, major problem that you have on your hands, and it's not just limited edition sneakers. So if you weren't so out of touch with reality, you know what I mean? Or if you were really concerned about how these releases were affecting us consumers, you would know that it's everything. And then furthermore, he goes on to say, "We've been working on an anti-bot technology for the last several years. This is part of the solution, but we need to double down on our efforts." Okay, that would be great. Where you been at for the last 10 years? Yes, botting has got increasingly worse over the last couple of years, but this has been around for a very long time. It's not like it just popped up. It has been getting worse and worse and worse. That is very, very true. But what have you been doing? How come there has been no statement from you regarding this, over the past few years where we haven't been able to get these sneakers? But now that there's a scandal, you want to save face and you want to, make us trust you, right? So you want to let us know about this technology that you're developing so that you can make it easier for us to get the sneakers. Well, how would we even know when that goes into effect? The only time we ever hear from you, I mean, I didn't even know who you were until you, did a little interview here. But how will we even know when this goes into effect? Are you going to send us all stuff on the sneakers app to let us know? Is there going to be another interview? I don't really know. But I can tell you one thing right now. if you guys don't fix this, you're going to have a major, major problem on your hands, because people like us eventually will just stop caring. I mean, sir, you're a billion-dollar company, multiple billion-dollar company, and you're getting beat up by $1,000 bots. Now, I could go on and on about this, whether Nike actually wants the bots, whether they actually like the sneakers being valued so high and it, in the resale market and stuff like that. And, that's all debatable. We don't really know for sure. I'm sure that they do, though, but, who really knows? But one fact of the matter is that Nike could have been doing something to help this situation long ago, but they have not had any technology come out. They have not even approached this subject until they're backed into a corner and people are upset. And then a little bit further in the article, this is where he addresses the Ann Herbert situation and her son Joe's resale sneaker business. And he says that Nike plans to update its policies to make it clear what is and isn't appropriate for employees and their immediate family. This has become newly important because of the rise of the sneaker resale markets globally. Once again, the CEO here appears to be super out of touch with reality. He has no clue what's going on. The sneaker resale market has been booming forever. This is not new. Maybe it's new to you. Maybe somebody just woke you up and told you about it. But I mean, hey man, this has been going on for a long time. The sneaker resale market has been booming for ever, since the beginning of the sneaker community, back in the day. But it just rose to, catastrophic levels, over the past few years. But this isn't new. This isn't newly important. Donahoe spoke during an all-hands meeting about bettering Nike's compliance function in order to handle potential gray areas that arise for employees. The context of his comments places Herbert, whose name reportedly appeared on a credit card statement from her son Joe's reselling business, in one of those gray areas. It's a gray area. The dude has more stock than you. It's a gray area. Okay. All right. And then on top of the CEO making his statements, we have somebody named Heidi O'Neill, who is Nike's president of consumer and marketplace. And she said that the events that led to Herbert's resignation, she said that Nike's legal and compliance team conducted an internal review of the exec's connection to her son's resale business after receiving a media inquiry about it months ago. But according to O'Neill, who was Herbert's manager before Herbert left the company, the review did not find that she'd broken any rules in her proximity to the resale business. And it quoted her as saying, "Our internal review of the relationship between Anne and her son's reseller business confirmed that she had not explicitly violated company policies." You're auditing yourself. You're literally reviewing your own self and coming up with a good conclusion, to tell the stockholders, the people who own Nike stock, and the consumers of your product a nice story. So, it sounds better for you. Maybe protect your job or the job of the CEO who, I can make a case that probably should resign as well. And then Heidi O'Neill continues to say that, there's been a lot of turmoil within the company. She's seen a lot of expressions from the employees there, a lot of sadness, disappointment, and hurt. And she said that Ann Herbert should have better considered the optics no matter the size of her son's business. To be clear, we believe that Ann demonstrated poor judgment. However, we make the decision not to take corrective action against Ann. So basically, she lost her job, but they're not going to seek any kind of legal, they're not going to sue her. They're not going to press charges. They're not going to go after her. The decision was based on the information that we had at the time of the review. Following media reports, we had a more complete understanding than we did when the review was conducted a few months ago. Together with Ann, we decided it was best for her to resign. So basically, Ann was forced into resigning from her position because they were going to fire her. And instead of firing her, they let her resign. They probably gave her, a nice little, going away bonus or something like that in order, to, keep her quiet. She probably had to sign a non-disclosure, something like that to prevent her from doing interviews and stuff like that, airing out any kind of Nike dirty laundry or, things of that nature. So, basically she was going to be fired for this one way or another. They just gave her, the courtesy of walking away after 25 years. But once again, Nike is auditing themselves. They are basically just telling us stuff because they want us to trust them. We don't trust them. We will still continue to, buy your products. We love your products. We don't like the way that you treat us. We don't like the way that we feel when we can't even, a sneaker sells out in 5 seconds. We literally have no shot to get that. I mean, like, do you know what that does to us? We've been patronizing your products for years upon years upon years upon years. A lot of us weren't able to buy your products when we were younger, and now that we're old enough to buy it, we're forced into paying resale prices for these sneakers, basically because you guys refuse to do anything about it. And yes, Nike, you are right. We need an anti-bot. And if you are able to come up with a system, some software like that, you need to make Foot Locker, Foot Action, Champs, all these big retail online stores, you need to make them do it too, or don't let them sell your product. You either get on board or you jump off ship. There can't be no in the middle where, you can cop sneakers on Nike or Sneakers app, but, Foot Locker still bought it. And with Nike being the leader of this industry, it's going to have to come from you guys. You guys are going to have to develop it, and you guys are going to have to make, your retailers enforce it. They're going to have the anti-bot as well. I mean, this is just too much. Like, people like me just can't get sneakers. This is all we want. We just want to buy your products. We just want to buy your products. That's it. You know what I mean? And it's not just sneakers. You guys, we're doing it with the Kobe jersey too. Like a jersey. Jerseys are bought it. Like, I mean, it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And you guys talk about trust. You guys want us to trust you. Well, then you guys have to come completely clean with us. No matter what was going on in the Nike corporate office, whether, sneakers were being backdoored and, people were breaking the rules and stuff like that, no matter how bad it is, you guys got to come clean. We need more answers. We need more details than just, and didn't do nothing wrong. Because, that's just something nice for your stockholders and, something to print in the paper. But, regular people like me, who, spend thousands of dollars on your products every year, that's not good enough. We need more details than that. And like I said, you want us to trust you, you need to come completely clean with us, no matter how bad it is. If you, can set yourself free with the truth, then maybe we can trust you again. This was the first time that I read this article, and I purposely waited, so I could do this video so that I could give you, my honest interpretation of what the Nike CEO was saying and what Nike was saying as far as all this goes. But I want to know what you guys think. Comment down below. Let me know if you believe Nike that nothing was going on. Do you think that they are actually going to develop the anti-bot system where we're going to be able to cop sneakers again? I don't know, guys. I don't know anymore. Please drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think. I'll comment back to you. I'd like to thank you all for rocking out with me and watching this video. Until next time, peace.